Hey guys, I'm Lou. In today's video I'm doing a readathon with Vendi. Look, that's probably Vendi right now. The time is currently, yeah, it was Vendi. The time is currently 3 minutes to 12 and our first challenge is a reading sprint for half an hour, just trying to get as much as we can read. And also, the sun is out in London and I'm really appreciating it because it means the lighting in this video should be decently good. But then the sun's gonna set in about 6 hours. That'll be darkness. I apologise if I'm going to look like a mess during this video. So we'll be reading And I Darken by Kirsten White. This is the first book in the trilogy, and one of the other challenges that we'll probably do is to do our makeup like Lada. It'll be interesting to see what it'll look like. I can't imagine I'll end up looking good. And I Darken is a Vlad the Impaler retelling, I believe. That's sort of what I only really know about it. I'm getting panicky now because I have like 1 minute until the sprint starts. All I know is that she's really cutthroat and that sort of thing, but Olivia over at Read by Liv absolutely loves this series, so hopefully I'll enjoy it too. So we did our first sprint. The time is currently 12:30 and I got to page 34. I'm on the start of chapter 7 and I'm liking it so far. It's made me feel so many things in such a short period of time. I do really like Lada. I do also really like her brother Radu. I also really like him. But like, things haven't started yet because I assume that Lada is going to be like a captive princess in the Sultan's court, and she's yet to be a captive princess. She's sort of a teenager. I'm a bit worried now that once I finish this book that I'm going to want to read Now I Rise like instantly. Vendi got to chapter 9, I got to chapter 7. She's a fast reader. So I think I'm just going to spend the next couple minutes discussing what I feel so far with Vendi, and then I'll probably get back to reading. Second challenge. So the first challenge, which I have no idea if I've actually talked about, is to do our makeup like later during some point of the day. Vendi mentioned that she's going to make some pancakes and I was thinking about doing pancakes today too, because like pancakes is good vlogging food, and she was like, let's make it into the And I Darken cover for the US. I can just show you the And I Darken cover here because I'm good like that. So that's another challenge you'll be seeing during this readathon. I think I know what's going to happen in this book. In chapter 11 it's 1448. Now, having studied history and this particular part of history, I know what's going to happen in 1453. 1453 was the fall of Constantinople, or present-day Istanbul, where Sultan Mehmed, I'm probably saying his name drastically wrong, but he takes over Constantinople from the Byzantine Empire, and on the back it says Mehmed. So I'm thinking that Leda will be the like romantic interest of the Sultan's son, and then he will go and like take over Constantinople with her help, or it would be more of the Sultan taking over Constantinople and Leda not really liking it. But that's my predictions. I just got some book mail. I really wanted for my Illuminate top to come today so I could show you guys, but it's just this book instead. But I have a feeling I know what it is. Well, obviously I know what it is, I ordered it. but it's really cool that it came today because Bendy is the reason why I bought this book. And it's The Winner's Crime by Marie Readathon? Yeah. This book is the second book in the Winner's trilogy. Now I can add it to my TBR bookshelf, which is here. It's where I put all the haul books that I have yet to read, and it's overflowing. So I'm on chapter 15 and I thought that I would share my thoughts and feelings so far on the book. I am really liking the book. I really like the characterization of Leda and Radu. I really like those characters, and we just got introduced to Mehmet, who will probably end up being the Sultan. Like, I am liking it. I'm liking the characters, but the plot is going really slowly and it's a lot of political intrigue, and I feel like I'm starting to feel a bit burnt out. Not like burnt out, but I feel like I need a break. So I think what I might do is I'm tempted to do my like makeup challenge. I'm hoping that it will pick up soon because otherwise I don't know if I'll actually want to continue on this series, because I do like the characters, but I'm a plot-driven reader. I am loving how much of a badass Leda is. I'm just 1/4 of the way through, and right now this book would probably be about a 3 or 3.5 for me. Hopefully I like it better. So that was a check-in. Vendi, I feel so attacked right now. Vendi, why do you have to release a 12-minute video during our readathon? Now I'm going to have to watch it. Not that I don't like watching your videos, of course. The camera's picking up on your face. Everyone go watch Vendi's You're Not Good Enough book tag. So Vendi just uploaded her You're Not Good Enough book tag, and I just spent the last 15 minutes watching it. And it sort of made me not really feel like reading anymore. So I thought I would do one of the challenges of making myself look like Reader. This is going to be fun. I look so creepy. I feel like you would not want to mess with me if you saw me walking down a scary alleyway. I'm really liking it actually. I mean, I would never walk out in public like this, and I'm like semi-afraid to put it on the internet, but like Vendi said I look cute. What? The only bad thing is that eyeshadow palette that I used, but it's starting to feel like it's clogging up my pores, so I'm probably going to have to take this off soon, and I'm quite sad about that because it looks so cool. And Vendi's done the pancake challenge. She's done that, but she's yet to do this challenge. She's going to do it after she's finished Darken and review the book wearing the makeup, and I'm like, I wish I thought of that. At least I know what one aspect of my thumbnail will look like. Okay, I'm gonna stop now. I'm going to take this makeup off and continue to read. I'm now fresh-faced, and before I go on, I really want to thank INKNOTBLOOD. I'll link her channel up above and down below for you to go and check out. She's joining me and Vendi along this readathon, and I'm really happy that all three of us are like talking on Twitter and we're reading the same book. This experience is unlike something I've felt before whilst reading. It's really enhancing my experience. I'm really glad that I can share it with her and Vendi. So let me tell you the plan for the next few hours. The time is currently 5:30. What I'm planning on doing is I'm going to read until about 9 o'clock, and then I'll probably cook some pancakes. We're aiming to finish And I Darken within the 12-hour limit, so then I can maybe catch up on some of the books that I'm currently reading on. So that's my quick update. So I'll see you again in 3 hours. So the time is currently 8:10. I changed into my pajamas because it was getting cold. So I just reached slightly over halfway in And I Darken, and I am liking it. I think my main problem with And I Darken is the fact that I don't really know where the plot is going. Like, I do know it's all about solidifying Mehmed's power and his rule, and that's what Lada and her brother Radu is doing. They're trying to help him. But like, I don't really know where it can go, because it can go in like so many places, and I sort of prefer books where it's like a clear passage where they tell you what's going to happen, and then they go through it, sort of thing, like a detailed plan. It is reminding me a lot of Traitor to the Throne by Alwyn Hamilton, the second book in the Rebel of the Sands trilogy. So if you like this book, maybe go and read Rebel of the Sands. So I'm on chapter 30 now, and I'm going to take a break from reading and try and do the last challenge and attempt to cook pancakes in the shape of the US cover. I feel like that's going to go quite badly. So this was my attempt at recreating the US cover. I didn't really do it as like a cover, like a book cover, I just did the dagger. Now I'm going to eat it along with my normal size pancakes. Tastes like a pancake. So the time is 11 to 2 in the morning, and I just finished And I Darken. I am so tired. I've been up since 9 AM. But I finished this book and I'm really proud of myself. Let me try and sum up my thoughts after being awake for 17 hours. I did like this book. It was definitely an interesting read. I think that if it wasn't for this readathon and me binge reading this book, I could possibly have liked it less. This book is very character driven. It's got a lot of political intrigue. It's basically kings and queens and subjects and them fighting for control over the throne, and you see that. There is some action, but I thought there'd be a lot more action. Now, with that being said, with me saying that it is predominantly character driven, there is some plot. I did like the plot. I especially liked the plot within the last 100 pages. That was where the book was its best. But at the same time, I felt like the pacing was quite slow. There was no plot twists that I found surprising. I am intrigued to see where the series go. In terms of the characters, I really liked Leda and Radu. I think my favourite character would have to be Radu. I love the sort of tortured soul aspect of his character, and I like his selflessness, and I also like the fact that he reminds me a lot of Littlefinger, and I really love Littlefinger in Game of Thrones. I did also love Leda. She is very ruthless, but the reason why I like Radu more is that Radu just wants love, and he wants love from Leda, whereas Leda, she is willing to sort of cut him off. I didn't like the fact that she was like cutting him off to save him. I want Leda to like treat Radu right. With the Sultan's son, I sort of didn't really like him. I feel like you're meant to like him, but I didn't. I don't really like the main ship either. I feel like Leda can do so much better. I don't think the main ship will end up being together. I think I would rate this book a 3.5. I had no expectations going into this book, and I think that really helped. But I also think what really helped with me is just reading it all in one go. So in 14 hours, I read 475 books. Oh my god, can you imagine? 475 books in 14 hours? No. In 14 hours I read 475 pages. I'm quite proud of that. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to write, or attempt to write, my Goodreads review of And I Darken, and I think I'll try and get a few hours sleep. I'm gonna stop now because I'm rambling because I'm tired. I'll probably check in once I've woken up. So the time is currently 10 minutes to 9, but 3 hours is still plenty of time to read. I really want to read Obsidio. Oh, also, I woke up because my cats were meowing. My cats are like a secondary alarm. I really want to read Obsidio by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. Yes. I really want to read it, but like, if I read this book, I'm not going to study until I finish it. It's going to be one of those books that I need to binge read. So I honestly don't think I'm going to be able to finish it until the beginning of May, and I'm really sad about it. So that leaves 2 books for me to choose from, and that's Beautiful Bastard by Christina Lauren and The Last Wish. I'm not really leaning towards this one. With this one, I'm on page 225 out of 305. So I only have 80 pages to go, and I could finish this within an hour. I think I'm going to read this one first and then move on to this one. So hopefully I would have finished at least 2 books during this readathon. So the time is currently 14 minutes past 10, and I just finished Beautiful Bastard, and that's about 80 pages in 45 minutes, which is not bad. But this book is really easy to read, and it's like pure fluff, so I did like this book. It's really interesting to see where Christina Lauren started from, but at the same time I know it's not their best work, but it is their first work, so I can sort of let them off for that. This book is just basically pure sex though. Because of that, I'd have to give it 3 stars. I did enjoy reading it, it's just it wasn't substantial. I wouldn't recommend it if you're going into new adult, because I feel like it just compounds all the cliches. So it's currently 3 minutes past 12, so the 24-hour readathon is done. I thought that I would do a sort of tally as to how many pages I read. So I read the entirety of And I Darken, that's 475 pages long. I read 80 pages of Beautiful Bastard, and then I managed to read 41 pages of The Last Wish. So altogether that's 596 pages read. I know that I could have read more because I spent like an incredible amount of time on trying to get my makeup to look like ladies. And it took me about 2 hours to do pancakes. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching and clicking on this video, and I hope to see you soon. Bye!